I went on their website once just to have a look, and then since then they've been hitting me all over the shop. We all hear about retargeting. I suppose I don't really know that much about it, like how it works.
You can build a custom audience based on pretty much any trigger you want in some way. Website visitors in the last 180 days, or add to cart people but didn't purchase.
If I like go off their website and then later come back on their website, how does it know that it's still me?
And it knows you're bold, and it's like, you need to see this. Now you go onto YouTube and you need to see that. Effective marketing is to take someone down that journey. When you've acquired a customer, take them away from the digital side and put them into emails.
But is that a thing that people do?
On all these platforms, that is going so far against what they're trying to do. The algorithm is only going to show people that are really going to engage with that ad and should see it. I'd be surprised if I see an ad for Bold.
And likewise, I've been on the Gosney website loads of times and I've not seen anything for Gosney.
Because the algorithm is just going, there's no point. You're not going to go and buy Gosney, and I'm not going to go and buy Bold Head Cream. Interruption marketing is like, you didn't even know it existed. Now you do. In the next 6 months, you'll probably buy some. It's really clever, isn't it? Hello and welcome to The Fake Marketer. Myself, Nick Bonington, Michael Harris.
We're back.
We're back. James will be back on the next one.
He will.
He's missed out on seven.
Seven? Have you counted?
I think it's about 7.
Wow.
And he'll be on the next one.
He said to me yesterday, he's like, oh, I'll be on for the podcast.
Yeah, he's got some news. Well, we're doing this one in the daytime, aren't we? And then we'll be doing another one at the end of the day.
Talking about exciting things.
He's busy, apparently. Aren't we all? But we make time.
You got it?
So I think on this one, I think Michael wants to do a bit of a Q&A. You've been having some thoughts on some things. What better time to ask questions about it?
I thought, right? who better to ask?
Yeah.
Than
I hope I can. I can.
No, just after the event that we went to on Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh,
Tuesday.
Was
that Tuesday?
Was that? It wasn't last night, was it?
No.
Oh, on Thursday. Oh my God, a whole day's gone. So what was? Should we tell them what this event, or do we get?
We'll probably do it on James's one, I imagine.
He'll want to talk about that, won't he?
Yeah, but one of the brands that was at this event was Bold Bros.
Yes.
And they did quite well. But so I was like, oh, I wonder, like,
did quite well. They won like
the main thing.
UK Startups Entrepreneur of the Year. No, it wasn't Entrepreneur of the Year.
No, it was like
Business
Startup
wasn't
of
it?
the Year. Yeah,
Startup of the Year, yeah.
It was pretty impressive. But so after it, I was like, oh, if they did that bit before they got their award, the guy was going like, this brand of, they've done this, they've done that. So I was like, oh, I'll go, see what they were looking at. So I went on their website, had a look. It actually looks decent, to be fair. Like, they got like cream, like they do like a moisturising cream that's like SPF and mattifying,
which you should use.
Stops you burning.
Do you use SPF in your moisturiser?
Stops you.
Do you use SPF in your moisturiser?
Not as a rule.
I do.
I tend to just wear a hat.
Yeah, I do it in my moisturiser, and it's
about £25 though. 25. For one.
Well, what, for your face?
Yeah, it's just like for their daily like moisturising cream.
About right. So I was looking at a Clinique one. Feels really nice. It's like a gel. I had a tester. My girlfriend got it for me, and I was like, oh, this is really nice because you don't have that like whiteness to it.
Yeah. Just sort
it's
of blends.
£50. So I haven't bought it. I like that's a lot of money. I'm not falling into that trap.
But I figured if they're made specifically for bald blokes and the two guys
you should
are
use
bald,
it.
then I thought, I'll give it a go.
Because you're walking around on a day like today with not a hat. I've
got a hat with me if I go
wear
outside.
It when you go out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have to. If I stand out, I'll just burn.
Will you burn your head? It will literally burn your head.
Yeah. We did it on there's a photo of me somewhere, like we did an event where we went to London or whatever, and I just came back with just the work. It was with Playdate. Naveen, we walked around. Oh, there it is. We walked around.
Oh yeah.
We walked around one of the parks, and I was like, "Oh, it'll be all right." And then the sun came out, and I was just like, "Oh, we're in trouble here." And then looked like a lighthouse for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought it up was because I went on their website once just to have a look, and then since then, they've been hitting me all over the shop. There's been feed, so that's on like my YouTube like discovery page. They were there. I've been getting pre-roll like YouTube videos just from me going on the website once. So I was like, my question was, because I don't know, obviously people listening will probably have more ad experience than I do, but from my position I mainly just hear like, we all hear about retargeting, like we've got retargeting ads on for Rupert and stuff that we just kind of leave going, but I suppose I don't really know that much about it, like how it works, because my understanding is like people go on your website and then once they've been there then it somehow retargets you, but I don't really know how it works or anything about it. So I thought you could
give
me your knowledge.
No matter which platform you're in, so whether it's TikTok, if it's LinkedIn, if it's Meta, Snapchat, they all follow the same principles, which is a custom audience. So a custom audience is an audience that you choose to build based on actions that are taken outside of the platform or actions that are taken inside the platform. Yeah, so on platform, out of platform, very simple. Off platform will be things like, so this is one of the important things of people who do bad marketing is they don't set up the pixels. So it's called a pixel. Meta now calls it a data set, pixel stroke data set. It's changing, but they're all a pixel or something like that. Okay, they all have various ways of setting it up, and that they all live on your header of your website or in your landing pages. But you can essentially put them on anything to do with you. When someone takes an action of going to your website, that pixel then activates. Okay, well, it's always activated, but it fires when that person's hit a page view. It fires when that person can click buttons. It fires when that people go to the landing page. It fires if they go to add to cart. All these different things. So you effectively can build a retargeting campaign. Well, you can build a custom audience based on all of those, pretty much any trigger you want in some way. Even if the meta pixel doesn't allow you to, you can use Google Tag Manager. You can go pretty deep into what you want triggered.
Just to be like, when this person does this, then we'll do this.
So you would have heard of you would have seen ad basket campaigns, email campaigns.
Like, oh, you left this in your basket or that sort
Exactly.
of.
That's your retargeting. So that's triggered when someone adds something to their basket, but they haven't taken action and purchased. Then your Klaviyo or whatever will retarget and send you an email.
So is that that would be a thing where it's like they've hit this tag, but they've not hit the confirmation tag, so you know that they've not gone all the way through.
So if you're dealing with something like Shopify, like they're probably sitting on a Shopify account, which means that the minute you set up your Shopify with Meta, all of that's done for you, it's taken care of. So you could then literally go in and create custom audiences based on these actions. Then, when you're going to build an ad in any of the platforms, you'll go, okay, I'm going to set up a retargeting ad. And then when you go to the audience bit, the audience will go interest or whatever, your standard thing, or use a custom audience. And that custom audience then will pop up in the drop down because you already made it, and it will say website visitors in the last 180 days, or add to cart people but didn't purchase. Now, the difference is to a Klaviyo sending an email out to someone who's left something in the basket. When you move onto a platform, you actually also need to exclude purchases, because even though that will fit in the custom audience, that person may have come on the next day and purchased it. Yeah, like I've been on done things. Like Whoop, I just ordered a Whoop. Should have been delivered today. It hasn't been. They must have not, we tried to deliver it, so my girlfriend's in all day. So knock the door harder.
Didn't try that hard.
Like, do you know what I mean? It annoys me. Because they're so quick. Have you noticed with these DPDs? They're on so quick. It's like, so annoying. But anyway, so I went back to the website multiple times. Now, I did have it in my cart, and I think I don't think I got any retargeting campaigns on anything. It was just based on my memory of me wanting to go back and get it. But effective marketing is to take someone down that journey, which brings you onto that, like, top of funnel is your top of funnel was seeing them at an event. But like James said, because you two are bold, he's seen the ads everywhere. Have you seen those ads before?
No, I'd never even heard of them.
Okay, it's surprising, because if James has seen them all, so this is another way this all can work from you seeing something to a funnel. If James is seeing all these ads, you're in his mobile as a number, aren't you? So depending on what he's doing, but I suppose you're not that active with James. How often do you text each other and WhatsApp?
Not that much, because it's normally on like the Google chat thing, isn't it?
So James and I are quite active with each other on WhatsApp, on TikTok, on things like that. So the algorithm knows that. So I would start seeing stuff that James. So James and I usually see the same things on TikTok, because TikTok knows that he shares stuff with me and I share stuff with him. So we're seeing the same things. But it also knows that I'm not bold. And I don't look at, it's got my picture in my videos. Then I don't look at anything to do with being bold. So it's really clever, isn't it? It knows to not show me.
If me and James, is there a world where I see the ads because James sees the ads?
Yeah.
Or does it not work like that?
It does, but there's other algorithms things like I've just described. I'm not bold, so I'm not going to see the stuff you see.
But is that a thing that someone can set up, or is that just a thing that
that's just deep set data stuff within the mobile platforms and stuff like that. But going back to it, that's the way you'll set up a top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, which is actually one of the podcasts. That's going to be the next podcast for me. Is at what point do you stop doing this? So like what's really cool with theirs, and they're obviously doing some money, or have some decent budget or had an investment, because if you're going to be like, I could try following them, but I probably still won't get served their ads because the algorithm knows that I'm not the person who's going to engage with it.
Yeah.
But you've gone onto them, you go on the website, it's then recognized you, the pixel recognized you, it's looked at your pictures on everything you do, and it knows you're bold. Like it's that easy. It knows you're bold. It knows
straight away.
Yeah. And it's like, you need to see this. Now you go onto YouTube and you need to see that. It's got you everywhere. And from the business's point of view, they have to go and set all this up. This isn't like automatic. You can go through life silent and not do anything, but they've got this set up on their YouTube retargeting. Like you asked me about the performance stuff for Google. That would include a bit of retargeting. So
if you want to retarget on YouTube, that's through like Google Ads or something.
Yeah, and Performance Max will do that. So you build up your YouTube retargeting. That's done in Google. So you're basically you're going to buy a Google ad, but you choose YouTube as your placement. So you can do it. So that's add to carts. We've discussed you've gone on to page views, and then it's showing you stuff. And then depending on how they set it up, you might go deeper down the funnel. So where my Omni 8 comes in is the fact that if someone's seen you at the top of the funnel, you go to the website, you still don't take action. You're sitting on the fence. And we understand that people just don't take action straight away. It took me a week before I bought that Whoop. So I'm doing my research, all this sort of stuff. And then I'm not taking action yet. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Omni 8.
Sorry, the Omni 8. So Omni 8 was created based on an audience of people who've done certain actions. It's not just one. Website views, watched certain videos, been here, been there, done this, done that. All goes into one awareness campaign. And then I use that awareness campaign just to retarget those people. It means I'm using the algorithm in a really cheap way to get ads in front of you. You might not do anything with those ads, but it's in front of you at the right time. So I was recording some videos for my school last night, and I created I don't think it's an analogy, it's just an example, but I was really pleased with my example. So I went through like how you optimize an ad. And so you've got, on all these platforms, you've got an awareness, you've got lead gen, so you've got awareness, engagement, traffic, sales. Okay. And my example on my video was like, when do you choose to use an awareness campaign or an engagement campaign or a traffic campaign or a sales campaign? Now, most people that I teach, because they're smaller business or whatever, will go out there and we'll teach them how to do always a sales campaign, because we want the algorithm to go for the low-hanging fruit, person like you who's thinking, summer outside, I've got bald head, I haven't got an SPF moisturiser, bang, I'm going to go on there. You already know the price, 25 quid. There's a strong chance that at some point you could go, I'm going to try it. If they sent you an email now saying, you've been looking at this product, still unsure, here's a tester, you'd probably get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're taking out funnel. So it's understanding how that works. Now, my analogy, the way I sort of described it was, if I was on my phone on my video and I was going for my stories. So I'll do it now. Right, so if I'm going through, that's right, so let's open Instagram. And I've got a story up here, let's go. So going into my stories. And I'm basically, what am I saying? You go from upstairs, downstairs, and then the Wi-Fi goes because you have to log in back in again. It's really annoying. Either way, I'm not going to go.
So, do it on my laptop if you want, because my laptop's logged in.
So you go onto Instagram, you go onto your stories, and I'm just basically going from story to story to story to story. This is awareness. So I'm falling into the awareness objective. I'm not paying much attention to stuff. I'm just flicking through awareness, right? Just serving me impressions. I then stop on one because there's a guy in an ice bath or using a Gosney, right? And I'm now falling into I'm now engaged. So I'm falling into the engagement category. but I'm engaged. I'm still not doing anything. I'm just watching it, taking it in. You might watch it about the bold product, watching them put on the hair, and having a video about it. You're engaging with it, right? So we're in the engagement category. So we've now moved out awareness. So when you're doing an awareness campaign, all you're doing is putting impressions in someone's face. We're now engagement. So you could do engagement and go, okay, well, we're going to get to people who like to watch things a bit longer and take things in. But I'm still not clicking anything. I'm just engaging with it. So your ad campaigns are now going to be just getting people to engage with videos. Then we move into traffic. So you're watching the bold thing, you're engaging with it, and then their little thing pops up now saying, tester, click. You've now moved into traffic. So you're now a clicker, right? So you click, you have a look around the landing page, and you're like, it's £4.99 delivery. So you're blagging me. It's free for the tester, but you want me to pay £4.99 delivery. You click off. So you're now staying in that traffic campaign, okay? If tomorrow you go back on, off your own accord, and you go, maybe I'll do it, and you add to cart, you have now gone into sales objective, which is people are adding to cart, initiate checkout, they're looking at here, looking at that. That's when I'm teaching people how to run ads, or you use the sales objective, because we want people who are in the sales motion to see our ads. We don't want awareness, we don't want traffic, we don't want engagement, it's too loose. When you get bigger as a bigger advertiser, Coca-Cola will be doing awareness all day long. They'll be doing engagement ads all day long for videos. They're in a different world.
When you've got the budget, you can do all of that.
Exactly. So every advertiser comes down to all these different things as to when they're going to, do something or not.
Yeah, I was wondering, is it like, obviously, if I like go off their website and then later down the line come back on their website, how does it know that it's still me? Do you get what I'm asking? Is it
because of your cookies?
Oh, okay. So it'll be like, it will be able to read and be like, he's been on here before or whatever.
Yeah. So each platform will have longer. Google has the longest because you're usually on Google. That's where you're going to take action. So that's where, from an advertiser's point of view, when they're trying to attribute where someone came from, which literally pulls everyone's hair out, give up. You're never going to really, really get to the bottom of it. Google always win because so Facebook and TikTok that's interruption marketing. You're sitting at home, you're on the train, you're doing whatever, you're just flicking through your impressions, bang, you get a bold ad, okay? That's made you think of it. You click through, you engage with it. Maybe 2 days later, you see another bold ad, you're on YouTube. You click, you engage with it and stuff like that. A week later, you've been talking to your girlfriend and she goes, you really should, it's really hot today, but what are you doing about your head? Do you always want to wear a hat? Oh, actually, I've seen that. There's this bold stuff. Well, why don't you get some? Go, it's 25 quid. It's going to last you 2 months. Get it. You go onto Google, you go onto the Bold website, you buy it for 25 quid. Bold then, we've got another purchase. We want it from Google. So Google's winning all day long. And they go, Facebook not doing too much.
It's just counting the end bit rather than
TikTok's not doing much. So that's last attribution. And what everyone's trying to do is find out what first attribution is, last attribution, and trying to sell to an advertiser or an agency will be selling to an advertiser who's won. Like our agency will always be going, well, we're not anymore because all our clients know the crap, but new clients, who won? Your Facebook doesn't make us any money. No, but if you turn Facebook off, no one's going to know your product, because if that person doesn't know bold, they're not going to Google bold.
Yeah. They're
going to Google cream for people who've got bald head and hope that you hope you come up near the top. Interruption marketing is like, you didn't even know it existed. Now you do. It's in your wavelength. In the next 6 months, you'll probably buy some. You're thinking about it, aren't you?
Yeah, the more you see it, the more it reminds you of it.
Exactly. Everyone knows I bought a Gosney oven. I'm about to buy shares in it. Michael, I love this thing so much. I bought a door for it so I can slow cook meat and bake bread. I'm all in. I love it. I absolutely love this thing. Do you want to see my dinner the other night? This is just on my own. My girlfriend was away, and I was just at dinner on my own. And I was like, right, this is how good this thing is. Obviously, I'm a bloody good chef. But so this is there. I've got some lamb koftas in the freezer. Right? You know, like little minted lamb koftas?
Yeah.
They're in the freezer. I've got some bits and bobs left over. I've got some of those little poppy, sweet pepper things you get in a jar, you get on pizzas.
Yeah.
I've got some self-raising flour. I've got some yogurt. So I make a flatbread, put the koftas in the barbecue, turn on the Gosney, get my little pickles and stuff ready. That's the end result.
Well, you wouldn't really know, would you? Looks proper.
That's restaurant standard, yeah? Thank you. I'm all over this thing. Michael, I can't even describe how much I love my Gosney. I got an email yesterday saying, we're going for a second round of funding. We want you, and obviously everyone else who's bought one, to be some of the first who have the chance to invest. I'm in. I see it. They're going to go into barbecues. They're going to go into different types of outdoor cooking.
Yeah, and if they bring out
amazing.
If they bring out a new product, it's going to be all over your everything, isn't it?
Oh, if they bring a barbecue out, I'm getting it. So I'm into it. I'm in. I'm going to buy shares in it. So I don't know why. Is there any
sort of retargeting that works like that for people you target people who've already purchased to like purchase again?
Yeah, of course.
But is that a thing that people do or not?
Yes.
Really?
So do you know what I would do? And this is what I advise my clients to do, and this is where I see it work really well. And some people would probably just say it's wrong, but there's lots of different things. As long as my client's making money, we're using different scenarios and strategies. Is you're paying for eyeballs on Meta, right, or on TikTok, or on LinkedIn, on Google. When you've acquired a customer, take them away from the digital side and put them into email. Okay, so like all my Gosling stuff I get through email. My YouTube algorithm is just now I see pizzas everywhere and slow cooked meats or whatever. I'm now in. That's all I'm going to see. They don't need to send me any ads. I've done it. They might bring another product out and they go, let's put an ad in front of Nick. But that'd be about it. So once you've acquired a customer, you're probably not going to see that many ads from them again, if anything, because you don't need to. Why would they spend more money on getting me in?
Yeah.
If they use Klaviyo or something like that, they've got the Klaviyo fee. I don't know, let's say it's $1,000 a month. It allows you to send 100,000 emails. Just use that. Yeah. We're all sitting on our inbox.
And you own that space then, don't you?
Yeah, I'm subscribed to it. I get all their emails. It's not going to my spam. Love it.
And they can put you in all the different flows of like he's purchased, he's not purchased, he's purchased this many times, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to say with the final thing I was going to ask before we go too long on retargeting is because you get it sometimes where I go on a website and I'm like, oh, I've been on this website now, I'm going to get hit with 1,000 ads, and I don't. And then you get some like that bold one where I went on the website once and now I'm getting hit with like million. Is the like aggressiveness of the retargeting just based on budget, or is it based on like a thing where they're saying we really want to hammer down?
Kind of. Yeah. Are you saying on Meta?
Well, just generally, I'm talking about like because. Like how sometimes I'll see like the same ads over and over and over again. Is it like, are they doing something different to the other
couple
guys?
of things. There's a couple of things. If Meta thinks that you're sitting on the fence, it's going to keep sending you ads. Do you see what I mean? So
it's less up to the brand.
Clients will say this. They'll go, I think we should change the ads. Why? They're working really well. Seeing it too much. Yeah, because you're sitting on the fence because you keep going back to your website
to check,
and Meta's just going, I'm going to keep showing you ads because I'm going to try and get you in as a sale. So you're seeing them all the time.
Can't you exclude people in your staff from like your, or is that a Google Ads?
You could create a custom audience of their email addresses and stuff like that and things like that. Yes, there are ways of doing it. Not that anyone does. Or the budget. That's a great one for you. Budget, yes. So if you've got where reaches go, so on Meta and these other platforms, the reach is diminishing. So we have to keep our audiences really broad because the algorithm is good. Right, the algorithm is only going to show people that are really going to engage with that ad and should see it. Hence why I'm friends with James. We're talking about it. I'd be surprised if I see an ad for bold.
Yeah, and likewise, I've been on the Gosney website loads of times and I've not seen anything for Gosney.
Because the algorithm is just going, there's no point. You're not going to go and buy Gosney, and I'm not going to go and buy bold head cream.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's no point in seeing it. It's very clever. If you were to, so that reach is diminished. If we were to say, right, we've got a small audience, and I'm going to give it £1,000 a day, and my frequency is now going to everyone. So it's let's say there's a million in the audience. Our reach is 10,000. Our CPM is £10 1,000, which means it's going to cost £100 to get to show those. I'm on 1,000 a day, which means that those 10,000 people are going to see my ad 10 times a day every day. So my frequency is going to go up to 10. No good. That's not. I know. I understand in the sales process, it takes 6 to 9 touch points to get someone to purchase, but that's not a touch point. That's just repetitive.
It's too much at that point.
And Meta will just penalise you. That is on all these platforms. That is going so far against what they're trying to do that you will just be kicked off. You won't be kicked off, but the ad will just be shit. You'll turn it off. So yeah, too much budget. for what you're doing. So you have to look at that. So when I turned on a remarketing campaign for the other day for someone, they're only spending like 20 quid at top of funnel. And I said, oh, let's just stick it at £5 for retargeting to see what happens. And like, well, why don't we just put it at like the same price? And like, because they're all going to get retargeted too much.
Yeah.
And it will just keep on sending it. It won't just go, you won't get a little alert saying, no, we want to protect our users. We're not going to send them anymore. Reduce your budget. It will just keep on firing at them.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to piss people off.
And it'll work in the opposite way. Then they've seen it too much. Now they're like, oh, it's that ad again. I'm sick of that one.
Which comes into the world of how do you get around then getting, because you could go, well, there's 1 million people. It's only showing me 10,000. How do I get more 10,000? Will be show more creative, show more creative, show more creative, show more creative. Lots of different types of creative. Doing different things, different angles. Everyone's calling it an angle nowadays. So different angles. I'm not talking about the camera angle. I'm talking about like the angle of if you're a food product, you're going to go down. Or bold, are they going to go down the sunscreen? That's their angle at the moment because it's sunny outside.
Yeah.
When it comes to winter, they might go for cold stuff, winter skin,
like moisturising.
All these things. So they're the different angles that they might be going down. Features. Problems, benefits, different angles.
So then you can kind of show the same people the same ads without them feeling like it's the same ad over and over again.
And Omni 8 is retargeting someone on different aspects of that product. Because it might just be that you just see someone, you see it all year round, and then you see the summer one and go, I'm in.
It's caught you at the right time.
Yeah, that's it. But the algorithm using a sales objective in all these platforms gets you at the right time. That's when you're about to, it knows your action, it knows everything you're doing. It knows you sit down on the sofa at 8 o'clock and start looking at your phone. It knows that when you've bought stuff, it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It knows all this.
Clever.
And then plonks the ads in front of you at the right time. I love it. I love it. And as soon as my clients come on, they're like, oh, Big Brother, isn't it? It's like, now you're going to become loving of Big Brother.
When it works.
When it starts making you money, you're all in it.
That's good.
Yeah,
that was about all I had to.
There you go. Great little podcast.
Thank you. Good answered my burning questions.
Good one. Yeah, like it. Well, James will be back on the next one, and he'll be telling us all that's going on in his world. And there's been a lot going on in his world, business and personal. Not personal as in like he's in a bad way to do with running.
Yeah,
and he'll be sharing his stuff on the next podcast.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.
See you on the next one.
Bye.